Hey, Jerry Fetta here. I want to come to you today on our Fetta Facts with the results of a survey that just came out regarding retirement, pre-retirees. Is it even possible to retire? Let's check it out. All right, guys, Jerry Fetta here, owner, founder, CEO of Wealth Dynamics, hitting you with this week's Fetta Facts. So I want to talk to you today about a survey that was done. This was done by Nationwide Retirement Institute, right? And so they did a survey. It's their Advisor Authority Survey. So check this statistic out. 69% of pre-retiree investors, so these are people that are non-retired investors between age 55 and 65, they agree that the norm of retiring at age 65 doesn't apply to them, right? So that means we're talking about a pretty big chunk. 7 out of 10 people that are age 55 to 65, they're saying, hey, we're not going to retire at 65. We're not going to be able to. It doesn't apply to us, right? This is pretty crazy. So if you look at the rest of the statistics here I want to share with you, 2/3 of pre-retirees expect to face more challenges in retirement than their parents and grandparents. So the surveys are coming back and people are saying, not only do we not think we can retire at age 65, we think when we do retire, it's going to be harder for us than it was for our parents and grandparents. Okay. Another 41% said that they're going to have to continue working, right? More than a quarter, so 27% said they're going to need to live frugally, like beans and rice and cat food, right? In order to make retirement possible. Okay. And then the final statistic here, over the last 12 months, 22% or more expect to retire later than planned. So they had their goal date set. Now, why am I sharing these numbers with you today, right? This is Fetta Facts. So we talk about the facts. This is no opinions, all facts, right? Look what just arrived. I just got my copy of the Blueprint to Financial Freedom. Hey, enjoy the rest of the content. I don't want to interrupt you too long, but if you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo or click the link in the description, you can get your copy now. I want to talk to you this afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. Hello. So is it even possible to retire? And is it even worth retiring? And I did a video before and I talked about, what does it really take? What does it really take for somebody to retire? And I think, the word and concept of retirement really is the incorrect concept, the wrong idea. It's the wrong question we're asking us. We're getting the wrong answers because of that. So the root of this word retirement, it actually means, wait for it, to retreat. Retire, innately, at its root definition, the core of this word, it means to retreat. Okay, so I don't believe in that. And you may be watching this video, you've got, your spouse and your kids, and you're trying to figure out how to handle the house and the mortgage and keep your work going and fund the retirement account and save some money and still go on vacations. And it's like, how do I do all this stuff? Okay, I think retirement's the wrong concept. Do you honestly want to build a life for the next 40 years or whatever your career is of working, that at age 60, 65, 70, 75, maybe even 80 for some of these guys, you feel that you need to retreat from? Do you really think that that's the way to live? Right? Why would you do something that you're trying to retreat from? You would spend 4 decades doing something you're trying to retreat from. So I believe in this. Let's trade the concept of retirement for responsibility. Responsibility means I'm in control of everything, my finances. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of my travel. I'm in control of the quality of life of my family. I'm in this responsibility for all of those things, right? Retirement is not that. Retirement is, I did my time. It's literally like a prison sentence. I did my time. I'm out. I'm not doing anymore, right? I already did my 40 years. I served. Okay, now I get to enjoy my life. What if we were to flip that? You see, there is an area of this survey here. It says more than 41%, 4 in 10 retirees said they would continue working in retirement to supplement their income out of necessity. Right? Out of necessity. What does this word necessity mean? Necessity means they need to do it. So let's check this out. I'm going to whiteboard some concepts out with you guys real quick. Let's talk about this. So we have really two different schools of thought here that I want to go over with you. I'm going to put these in 2 different columns, right? We have the concept of retirement, or we have the concept of wealth. Okay, retirement is not wealth. These are very different things. Okay, so what is retirement? Retirement is you serve the 40-year to life sentence, spending 40 hours a week or more trading time for money, so that when you're 65 or 70 or whatever number, you can maybe kind of sort of retreat from the life you've just spent 4 decades building to finally do the things you want to do with the goal. And here's the morbid part about retirement, guys. The goal is that you die before the money runs out. Right? So you have to, it's a tension here. You need to live long enough to actually enjoy your nest egg because you haven't enjoyed the last 4 decades. You've been putting all of it on retirement. I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire. Instead of living a life that I align my goals and my purposes and the things that matter to me and really creating it the way I want it for 40 years or longer. Instead, I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to give up the things that really matter. You know, and I had a conversation when I was 19 years old as a client of mine, and he was a dad, right? He had a couple of kids. They had a nice house. They had a good family. He had a good job. His wife was a teacher, right? They were doing the retirement thing. They were saving money. They were being responsible. They were doing all the stuff we're taught, right? And while he's doing all of this, he looks at me one day and he says, Jerry, I've realized you can have time or you can have money, but most people will never have both. You can have time or you can have money, but most people will never have both. And I remember looking at him and listening to what he was saying and really I didn't like that. I was 19, right? I was 19. I got into the financial world at the age of 19. So I'm learning about retirement and I'm learning about saving and I'm learning about investing and I'm learning about paying off debt from the scope of a professional. Like, I'm going to help other people do this. And I didn't like this viewpoint. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to have time or money. Like, I don't want to be like, I've got all the time in the world, but I don't have the money to actually enjoy the time I have. Or on the flip side, I've got all the money in the world, but I don't have any of the time to enjoy the money that I have. Right? I want both. Okay? Retirement is not both. Retirement means that you're going to have money, but not time. You're going to spend, from your mid-20s to your mid-60s or your early 70s having money, but not time. Okay? Then you're going to make a switch. Right? You're going to make a switch. You're then going to, in your mid-60s or your early 70s, you're going to have time, but you're going to be scared to death of not having money. And literally scared to death. You will die worrying about retirement. Did I have enough money? Do I need to get another job? Right? So we have retirement. Okay, this is basically sacrifice. 40 plus years, right? That's the rules to the game on retirement. Then we have wealth. Wealth means we're going to sacrifice 5 to 15 years. Right? Let's talk about that. And I don't like the word sacrifice because when I'm getting what I want, it's not a sacrifice, it's an investment. Sacrifice, I think old biblical stuff, I'm going to sacrifice a child. You don't get another child because you sacrificed the other one. You don't magically get another goat because you sacrificed the goat you had. Oftentimes sacrifices were from a standpoint of apathy. I've given up on causative solutions. Therefore, I'm going to do something completely off the whim, off in the middle of the field over there, and hope that because I'm doing this crazy thing, that somehow, some way, something or someone else makes something good happen. You're literally, I'm giving it to the gods, and I hope that they do a good job with it, right? That's retirement. You know who the gods are? Wall Street, banks, the IRS, financial institutions. You're literally saying, I'm going to give up control. I'm going to give up the money. Think about it. When you put money into a retirement account, do you keep the money? Can you use it tomorrow? Does it make your life better right now? No, it's a figment of your imagination. It literally becomes this distant number on a statement that goes up and down, and you're like, man, sometime in my 60s or 70s, I'll be able to have some of whatever that turns into. I don't really understand what it does. I don't really understand how it works. I don't really understand why it is where it is. I don't really know what the fees are. I don't really know what the strategy is. But I just know that if I keep putting money in there, eventually it will be good if I wait long enough. Right? It's like, if I keep killing goats, eventually it'll rain. It's got to. Right? Or if I keep doing child sacrifice, eventually, we'll have fertility or whatever the thing is. It's so weird. It's literally you're sacrificing to the gods. And the gods of Wall Street banks, the IRS, financial institutions, they're not good gods. They're not looking out for you. They never have, they never will. Okay? Wealth. Now I use the word sacrifice. This is really more like an investment. Instead of sacrificing the goats for the next 40 years hoping it's going to rain, right? Instead, I want you to go build something. And it's going to take work. And it's going to be something that is challenging. And you're going to need to learn. And you're going to need to give up some of your Netflix time. And you're going to maybe need to start another job or another business or some other way to earn more income to fund this thing. But after doing that for 5 to 15 years and practicing that with good financial control and the good knowledge you're learning, you will have freedom forever. You will have both time and money for the rest of your life. Generationally, you will have broken your family out of the trap of only having time or only having money but never having both. Right? So this is the differences here. It's either a 40-year sacrifice to the gods or a 5 to 15-year investment of doing what no one else is willing to do. Right? So you can have all the stuff no one else is able to have. It's be, do, have. Who do I need to be in order to have financial independence? Right? What character qualities would that be? I would need to be financially intelligent. I would need to be disciplined. I would need to be motivated. I would need to have integrity. Like these are all the characteristics. What would I need to do? I would need to earn more income than I earn now. I would need to save more money than I save now. I would need to save that money in locations that most people aren't saving them in. So if everyone I know is saving their money in bank accounts and 401ks, I need to probably not do that. I need to figure out, what are the minority wealthy doing? Where are they saving their money? Right? Well, here's another thing I would need to be. I would need to be smarter than a financial advisor. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to end it pretty soon here. You're like, Jerry, how am I going to be smarter than a financial advisor? Okay, I was one. So let me give you a secret here. They are salespeople. They sell mutual funds. They sell stocks. They sell bonds. Their intelligence is literally just sales training. What do I need to know about this mutual fund to get that person to buy it? What do I need to know about this financial retirement product to get that person to buy it? That's not financial intelligence. That's no different than confusing a car salesman with a mechanic. You see what I mean? My dad is an excellent mechanic. He can fix any car he puts his hands on, right? You go to a car dealership, they can sure sell you a truck or a car or a whatever, but they probably don't know how the vehicle works. They probably aren't going to fix it, right? They just know how to sell it and give it to you. A financial advisor is like that. They're not the mechanic. The mechanic understands the vehicle and they can pick it apart. Now, the vehicle is not a financial product. The vehicle is your financial economy, your personal financial household. Nobody else can understand that for you. Right? There's 4 elements to this. Your financial IQ. A financial advisor can't understand your financial IQ for you. You have to do that. It's like saying my personal trainer goes to the gym for me. No, he doesn't. You go to the gym and he's there. Right? And the reason he's there is why? You lack the intelligence and the discipline to do it yourself, so you need someone else there. Right? Someone who does not need a personal trainer is able to take fitness as a lifestyle and win with it for the rest of their life. Someone who needs a personal trainer there all the time, it's never going to be a lifestyle for them. They're always going to be up and down. They're always going to lack control. They're always going to need to spend extra money just to have a babysitter say, good, now do 3 more. Right? You don't need that with your finances either. You can learn about finances. So part of your household is your financial IQ. Part of your household is your income. Your financial advisor is not going to help you earn more active income. That's like the number one thing financial advisors don't do. They want people who already have the income. Okay, saving money, guess what? They're going to tell you, put it in bank accounts or give it to Wall Street. Okay, you need to learn how to save more money. That's a discipline thing. That's literally just allocating your income. I earn it and it immediately goes into an account where I pay myself first and I retain safety, control, and liquidity over the money. Right? Investing. Guess what? I don't invest in mutual funds. I don't invest in stocks. I don't invest in bonds. The amount of time that I have to put into constantly looking at my investments and constantly studying what the market and the economy is going to do is little to none. When I was a financial advisor, I looked at the stock market every day. Every day I was reading. Think about it. If you're in an S&P 500 fund, that means you are invested in 500 companies. So I understood that and I was like, well, I need to go learn about 500 companies. So I need to learn every single day, what is this company doing? What is that company doing? What about the industries there? And what kind of regulations have come out, right? It was exhausting. It was not passive investing. That was another job, guys. You don't want that. That's not retirement. That's like another job you've got. Okay, so I invest in a couple asset classes. Life insurance, I put money there, right? I do annuities. I do gold and silver, precious metals, and I do real estate. And outside of that, the only other things I do are myself and my businesses, right? I put a lot of attention on myself and my businesses. I don't need to look at what gold and silver did every single day. I don't need to look at what my annuity did every single day. I don't need to look at what my life insurance is doing every single day. I don't need to look at what my seller finance mortgages and real estate are doing every single day. Somebody who is doing this every single day lacks production. They're confusing micromanagement with control. You can't micromanage your investments into positive returns. You need knowledge and control. And really, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I'm going to wrap up on this note. I was talking to a guy, and he's like, so what is the key that most people don't realize with this wealth building stuff? Right, and this is Fetta Facts. I gave him all facts, no opinions. I said the key is quantity. Right? Quantity of investing in things that you understand, that fit the definitions of clothe your capital. Right? So you can't just be like, I'm a real estate investor. I bought a piece of real estate. It's about how do I get the next one? And how do I do the next one? And I need another one, and I need another one, and I need another one. And you just keep on repeating. And I said the reason most people don't do it is they get bored. They get bored or they get distracted. They think, okay, I did real estate. Now let me go try the next thing. Okay, I did gold and silver. Now let me try the next thing. Oh, okay, I did one of them sacred accounts. Now let's go do the accredited investments. No, guys. I have 6, 7 sacred accounts now. Does that look to you like I did that to get it out of the way so I can go do the next thing? No, it's called repeating things that work. If I succeeded with the sacred account, the life insurance policy that I used to become my own banker, if I succeeded with that, why in the world would I be like, good, now I'm going to stop doing it and try something different? It was working. It was working. Keep doing it. If I'm doing real estate and I'm like, I bought 3 properties and one of them's vacant and I got a leaky roof on one of them. And I know that the families are going to take care of it because it's a mortgage, not a rental. But I just need to really manage this one little property and this one little roof. Wrong solution. Go buy 5 more. Right? You won't think about the roof anymore. The roof will handle itself. Your job is not to get roofs fixed. Your job is to acquire properties. Right? You have a system in place with the seller finance stuff. So again, it's quantity, repeat, boom, next, boom, next, boom, next. It's like McDonald's. They're not like, good, we sold a hamburger. Let's try tacos now. No, they're like, let's continue selling really bad hamburgers in mass quantity and look how good they're doing. If McDonald's can do it, you can do it. So guys, this has been Fetta Facts. Trade retirement for responsibility, right? Instead of sacrificing your goats to the gods to get rain one day, go build something. Go build wealth for the next 5 to 15 years. That's my point to you today. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. I want to thank you for watching my video. If you learned something from this, if it was value to you, what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to give you a free copy of my book, Blueprints Financial Freedom. This is perfect for those that are on my channel learning this stuff and you want to take it to the next level. So if you go to the link jerryfetta.com, just my first and last name, jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, or click the link in the description, grab a free copy, we'll send it out to you. Can't wait to get you a copy in your hands.